up? It's Richie here with Statifying Football. This is week 13, Thanksgiving weekend. I just made my noon video. Check that out. My primetime video. Check that out. This is the midday games, the 3:30, 4 o'clock kind of games. Start off, Florida Atlantic, Middle Tennessee State. Florida Atlantic beat UMass 24-2. Posey 203 passing, plus 90 rushing yards and a touchdown. Defensively, they only gave up 142 yards. They forced 2 turnovers. Middle Tennessee had a nice win against Troy, 20-17. Asher O'Hara, 210 passing plus 86 rushing. It was really, they were able to force 2 turnovers that helped them win. This could be a pretty close game. The records don't show up. Florida Atlantic is like 5-1, I think. Middle Tennessee, I think, is like 3-6 or something like that. But this could actually be pretty close. I'm going to give a slight edge to Florida Atlantic, but something to keep an eye on there. All right, the Iron Ball, Auburn and Alabama. Auburn, they beat Tennessee 30-17. Bo Nix, 220 passing, a touchdown, and a pick. They were actually outgained by almost 100 yards, but defensively they had 4 sacks, including Smoke Monday had a 100-yard interception return for a touchdown, which aided in that victory there. Alabama destroyed Kentucky 63-3. Mac Jones, okay game, 230 passing, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Devontae Smith, 9 catches, 144, 2 touchdowns. Set the SEC record with 33 career touchdowns, 509 total yards. This will be a really, really good game, I think, but I'm going to go Alabama gets the iron at the end. All right, Pittsburgh and Clemson. Pitt, they destroyed Virginia Tech 47-14. That kind of surprised me that they won by that many. Kenny Pickett, 404 passing, 2 touchdowns, a pick, plus 1 rushing. DJ Turner, 15 catches, 184 yards, and a touchdown, 556 total yards. They're not going to do that against Clemson. Clemson, they should have Trevor Lawrence back. They haven't played in a few weeks since that loss to Notre Dame. I think Clemson gets this one. Northwestern and Michigan State. Northwestern is still undefeated. They beat a good Wisconsin team 17-7. Peyton Ramsey, 203 passing, 2 touchdowns. They were actually outgained by over 100 yards, but they forced 5 turnovers in that game to remain undefeated. They're around the top 10, I think, nationally right now. Michigan State, they lost to Indiana 24-0 a few weeks ago. I think Northwestern keeps it going. They barely are skating by with that defense. A pretty decent quarterback in Peyton Ramsey. I think maybe they should be able to keep it going. Colorado and USC, this could be pretty high scoring. Colorado played a couple of weeks ago against Stanford, 35-32 victory for Colorado. Sam Neuer, 255 passing, 2 touchdowns and a pick, plus 36 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns on the ground. Jarek Broussard ran for 121. Dimitri Stanley, 6 catches, 126 and a touchdown. USC beat, I have Arizona, but it was Utah, actually 33-17. Keaton Silva, 264 passing, 2 touchdowns and a pick. They forced 5 turnovers in that game. Like I said, this could be high scoring. USC has found a way to win their game so far. I think USC finds another victory here. Louisville and Boston College. Louisville, they blanked Syracuse 30-0. Luke Cunningham, 219 passing, 1 touchdown, but 2 interceptions, added 1 rushing. They put up 413 yards, a turnover 3 times in that game. They can't do that against Boston College. BC lost a couple of weeks ago to Notre Dame, 45-31. Phil Jakovic, 272 passing, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Gill, 5 catches for 105 yards there. This could be a pretty close game. I'm going to go Boston College gets a victory there. All right, and the Egg Bowl, Mississippi State and Ole Miss. Mississippi State found some offense against Georgia. They did lose 31-24. Will Rogers, 336 passing and a touchdown. Jaden Wally, 7 catches, 115 and a touchdown. Ole Miss played, I think it was a couple of weeks ago. They beat South Carolina, a high-scoring game, 59-42. Matt Corral, 513 passing, 4 touchdowns, plus 1 on the ground. Elijah Moore, 13 catches, 225 yards, 2 touchdowns. Braylon Sanders, 4 catches, 141, 708 yards of offense. This could be pretty high scoring, but Mississippi State has struggled to find offense this year. Ole Miss, they've been able to score pretty much every game, even if they lose it. I think Ole Miss is going to be the one that wins the Egg Bowl there. Rutgers and Purdue almost beat Michigan. They lost 48-42 in triple overtime. Noah Vedral, 381 passing, 3 touchdowns to pick. Shameen Jones, 7 catches, 127. Bo Melton, 7 catches, 109 and a touchdown. They had 12 penalties in that game that hurt them. Purdue, they had a really close game. They got, personally, it was a terrible call at the end that took away a touchdown. They ended up losing to Minnesota 34-31. Jack Palmer, 367, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Rondell Moore came back and was awesome. 15 catches, 116, plus 1 rushing touchdown. David Bell, 8 catches, 104, and 2 touchdowns there. I think Purdue will bounce back in this one and wins a game against Rutgers. All right. Actually, it ended up being a big game in the Mountain West. San Jose State and Boise State. San Jose State is still undefeated. They beat UNLV a couple of weeks ago, 34-17. Nick Starkel, 274 passing, 2 touchdowns at a pick. They had 7 sacks defensively. Cade Hall had 3 of them. Boise State had a big win against Hawaii, 40-32. Hank Bachmeier came back, 278 passing, a touchdown and a pick. Andrew Van Buren, not the president, the running back, 113 rushing, 2 touchdowns. Khalil Shakir, 11 catches, 130 and 2 touchdowns. They had a kick return for a touchdown in that game. They were actually up like 40-17 until the fourth quarter. And Hawaii scored a couple late to make it look close. This will be a really interesting game. Could be pretty high scoring. But Boise State, they usually know how to win these big games. And I think Boise State gets this victory. So there's my 3:30 games. Come back for my primetime ones and my noon ones. Peace.